Hello, Nomad Sculpt, and I show you 3 different ways to create such backdrops. I record this video with version 1.77, but it should work with every version. Okay, here these are the backdrops. So I start with the easiest one. Here you can add a plane. So I use a solo view. Here you got your plane, and sorry, I use the old version. Here in the plane topology you can change here your divisions, and here use a division of 1 and sorry, it's the opposite, like this, 0 and 1, and then you can validate your object. Here in the top view you can use the selection mask, cell mask, and mask this part here, and then use the gizmo, and at the left side there's a pivot function, and bring your pivot here in position, then leave the pivot option. And here you can set the rotation snap to 90 degrees, then you can rotate the plane, the half of the plane, 90 degrees, or you can choose a different angle like this, like you want. This is your angle of the backdrop. Okay, then you can clear the mask, and here in the topology MISC menu, in the multi-res menu, you can subdivide your mesh. Here's the linear subdivision, the checkbox, and subdivide it one time, and here you can create your, how smooth your backdrop is. When you turn off the linear subdivision and subdivide it, it gets rounded like this. Or if you like a smaller radius, then subdivide it linear once again, and then subdivide your mesh like this. The nice thing with this method is if you use here the checkbox, here the keep primitive UV checkbox, here this one, then your plane has a UV map, and here it's possible to place an image like this, and for your like a wallpaper, and here it's possible to place your image like this, and if you like you can apply a normal map, then it looks like this. So okay, this is method 1. So I delete this plane. The second version is the cylinder version. You can add here a cylinder. I use now the solo view again. And you can rotate your cylinder, use the rotation snap, rotate the cylinder 90 degrees in this direction, and you can here adjust the size a little bit. And in the cylinder topology, here you can change your divisions a little bit if you want your curve a little bit smoother. And in this direction you need no divisions or only one, like this. And then you can validate your object. Here in the front view, you can use the trim tool and deselect hole filling and use the symmetry and cut off the caps. Then, sorry, I got the wrong symmetry. So now it looks like this. And the next step is use the gizmo and the symmetry. You get the Y as the X symmetry and activate at the left side the symmetry. So here now you can scale your object in this direction. And when you change the symmetry to the Z plane, you can adjust it in this direction. So, okay, this is the scaling. I go a step back, and if you like, you can unwrap here at this moment the UV map when it is a cylinder. So it looks like this, the UV map. And now you can use the scaling. So, and change back to the X plane. And now use the trim function. Turn off the symmetry. So this is your backdrop. And you can scale it here like you want and adjust the size. So, and the UV map is okay. And here in the debug settings, you can normalize your UV map. Then it looks like this. Okay. That's version number 2. So I delete this. And the last thing is you can only use a cube. So here add a box. I use now the solo view. And here you can change your divisions. And in the parameter settings, you can change the post subdivision. Then your object gets round. So here, when you can try what you like. And if your object is nice, smooth and rounded like this, then you can validate your object. So it looks like this. And here in the material settings, you can change from two-sided to two-sided off, and you can change to inverse culling. So at this moment, your object is in the front side like invisible, or you can look through it, but you can see what's inside. And when you add now object like a sphere, so you can see here in your, it's like a room where you can see through the walls. And here it's the light works. And yeah, and it's also possible here to because this object has a UV map, you can use a background image. This is such a cube map. So you can place here, sorry, not on the sphere, on the cube. here. So now you can rotate your cube to have the map in the right orientation, and you can use not an opacity, a massive map, the same map. Then you have such a nice shiny background, if you like. And you can also apply the normal map, so you have a little bit of structure. So these are the 3 ways to create such a backdrop very fast. So that's it. Have fun with sculpting. Ciao.